Andrew Tucker, and welcome to Andrew Tucker World. What's going on, all my great people? What's going on, all my boxing fans? Man, this is going to be a great fight. You see it on the screen. Two of the best female boxers in the world. Two of some of the best female boxers in the world. You know, two elite level, very dangerous elite level fighters. Much love and respect to all those great channels out there that cover women's boxing, that support the female fighters, that support the female boxers. Much love and respect to you great channels. You guys know who you are. Much love and respect to all the great channels out there, even the ones that don't really focus on, the female boxing, or focus on that don't really pretty much focus on the female fighters. But it's been really exciting watching a lot of great fights, coming from a lot of great female fighters from the women's boxing. From women's boxing, there's been a lot of great fights, exciting fights, entertaining fights. I mean, one of my previous fights, was Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor. That was a great fight. Two of some of the best female fighters in the world. Two of some of the best fighters in the world going at it. And this is going to be another one of those fights. Claressa Shields versus Savannah Marshall. This is a rivalry right here, a rival fight. A rivalry. A rival fight, and I can't wait to see it. It's going to be somewhat of a chess match in the first couple of rounds, and then they start making the adjustments, and then it turns into a war. Then it goes back to being fought on the outside, at times being fought on the inside. But I know that Savannah Marshall is the type of fighter that's going to keep it on the outside, work off her jab to set up the counter attack, mix up her attack, try to be there first, with great timing, being accurate, with accumulation of punches, combination, sticking and moving, lateral movement, mover. She's going to get in and get out. She's going to work her angles. Claressa Shields is a very elite level female fighter, female boxer, woman boxer, that is one of the best in the world, probably maybe the best, considered the best one female fighter in boxing, in women's boxing. But Savannah Marshall is another one of those great fighters, elite level fighters. This is going to be a great fight. These two ladies don't need no introduction. They don't, who they are. Savannah Marshall, you already know she's a British professional boxer who's held the WBO female middleweight title since 2020. As an amateur, she became the first British female world champion after securing gold at the 2012 World Championship. She has been nicknamed as the silent assassin due to her shyness. Because she's real humble, she's real quiet at times, but when she's going to speak her mind, she's going to tell her how it is in a very humble and respectful way. She's going to let you know what time it is. She's not going to bite her tongue. She believes in her skills. She believes in her abilities. She believes in her skill set, and she also believes in her power. Yeah, that's right. I got to be honest. She has power. You know what I mean? She has power. She's a big puncher. One of the biggest punchers, to be honest with you, one of the biggest punchers in women's boxing. And she is very dangerous. Very dangerous pure boxer puncher. She has 12 wins. But out of those 12 wins, 10 wins coming by the way of knockout. Need I say more? 12 wins, 0 losses. In her professional career, in her professional career. 12 wins, 0 losses, 10 wins coming by the way of knockout. Most of all her fights ends in knockouts. You know what I mean? It was only two fights that that went the distance. But only 2 fights out of 12 wins, 0 losses, 10 wins coming by the way of knockout. You know, she's very dangerous, very tough fighter, fighting out of the United Kingdom. Much love and respect to the UK Army. Much love and respect to all the great fighters that's coming out of the United Kingdom. I got nothing but love and respect for my UK brothers and sisters. You know, now Claressa Shields, you know, aka the GOAT. That's what they're calling her, right? The GOAT. You know, one of the most dangerous, tough fighters in women's boxing. And yes, Claressa Shields has the skills. She has the skills to pay the bills. And Claressa Shields is a very fundamentally sound fighter. Very fundamentally sound. She don't need no introduction. We know who Claressa Shields is. You know what I mean? She is the only boxer in history, female or male, to hold all four major world titles in boxing. I'm talking about the WBA, WBC, the IBF, and the WBO simultaneously in 2 weight classes. In 2 weight classes, she became, in 2 weight classes, correct me if I'm wrong, in 2 weight classes, she became undisputed. In 2 weight classes. That's why she can arguably is the best female fighter in the female boxer or female fighter in the world, or you say female boxer. You know, women's. You know, when it comes to women's boxing, the best female fighter. She just, you know, what she was able to accomplish in the sport is amazing. The same for Savannah Marshall. The same for Savannah Marshall. The same for her. You know what I mean? She's a great fighter. And this is a big fight. This is a really big fight. Come not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. It's a big fight between Savannah Marshall and Claressa Shields. I believe it's going to be a great fight. Stylistically, I believe it's a chess match. The first couple of rounds, they start to make the adjustments. Why I slightly lean towards like it's a 50-50 fight for me. But why I slightly lean towards Savannah Marshall, slightly the better counterpuncher, and she's also the bigger puncher between the two. She has punching power. Claressa Shields for her to stop you is accumulation of punches. She have to break you down, frustrate you, break you down, tire you out, gas you out, then maybe she can get you out of there. But with Savannah Marshall, it takes one shot on the temple, chin, jaw, whatever, to the body, whatever. She's a big puncher. She's dangerous. Claressa Shields is a busy fighter, throwing them mean combinations, fast combinations, in and out, working the angles, countering from different angles, lateral movement, pivoting. She got her pivot game is crazy. I mean, and Savannah Marshall can pivot, lateral movement. Her footwork is not bad at all. Her footwork is pretty solid. She's good at cutting off the ring. She's good at setting traps. So is Claressa Shields. Claressa Shields is good at setting traps. She's good at making you fall into her trap and making you fight her fight. And if you can't figure out and stop her game plan, she got you. And Savannah Marshall is another one of those fighters, a very smart fighter, just like that, a thinking woman. Normally I say thinking man fighter, but a thinking woman fighter, a thinking woman fighter. You know, it's the same for Claressa Shields, the same for Savannah Marshall. It's a 50-50 fight, but Claressa Shields have to be smart, have to move her head. She can't afford to take too many big shots coming from Savannah Marshall. She can't afford to get hit with too many big counters, you know, or when they're exchanging, she can't get hit in the middle of exchanging. She can't get hit with big shots because Savannah Marshall has power. She is dangerous. But I think Claressa Shields is going to go in that fight and be smart. I don't know why I slightly lean towards Savannah Marshall in a very close, hard-fought, competitive, action-packed fight. But I could be wrong. Claressa Shields can win this fight due to punch output, due to being busier and slightly more accurate and effective. And maybe having that maybe being really aggressive, pressing the attack, not giving Savannah Marshall room to breathe. You know, maybe that could be a problem, and maybe that could be an issue. You guys let me know who wins this fight. This is a great fight between two very skilled elite level female boxers. In the middleweight, in the women's middleweight division. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a great fight. I can't wait to see it. I love you guys. Andrew Tucker World. I'm out. Much love and respect. And don't worry, I'm going to do live commentary for this fight. Love you guys, and I'm out. Much love and respect.